Please don't ignore my last message. I know maybe life became busy for you too. Maybe emotions became complicated. Maybe distance slowly changed everything. Still, silence hurts differently when feelings once felt real, especially after two hearts shared vulnerable parts, shared fears, and dreams too. That's why I kept checking my phone late nights, hoping your name might appear again, hoping maybe you just needed time. Because honestly, part of me still struggled believing our connection could disappear this quietly. I reread our conversations more times than I should have, searching for hidden reasons, searching for the exact moment things started changing between us. Sometimes I blamed myself. Maybe I loved too deeply. Maybe I became emotionally overwhelming too. Overthinkers always do that. We turn silence into self destruction. We create storms inside our minds while waiting for simple answers too. Honestly, I didn't need perfect explanation. I just needed honesty, even painful. Honesty feels kinder than silence because silence leaves people trapped inside questions instead, and questions become heavy when love still exists. I remember typing messages, then deleting them repeatedly, trying not to sound desperate, emotional, hurt too. But honestly, when someone matters deeply to you, pretending indifference becomes exhausting, especially after they became part of your everyday peace. You became that for me, someone whose voice calmed difficult nights, someone whose presence made loneliness feel smaller too. So, yes, when you stopped replying, something inside me felt empty, not dramatic, not angry, either, just quietly hurt because people don't realize how emotionally loud silence can become, especially after consistent affection, especially after someone once promised they wouldn't disappear. I still remember your kindness, though. That's what made everything harder, honestly. If you had been cruel, moving forward might have felt easier. But you were gentle. You cared about my heart too, which made your absence feel confusing. Instead, sometimes I wondered whether you read my last message, whether you paused briefly before deciding not to answer. That thought hurt more than rejection, honestly, because unanswered love feels unfinished somehow, like story missing final page too. Please don't ignore my last message, not because I want to pressure you, never that. I just want truth, even if truth painful too, because caring deeply about someone, then suddenly hearing nothing can make heart question everything, question memories, question connection, question itself too. Still, despite hurt, despite waiting too long, too, part of me hopes you remember us kindly, hopes maybe our story meant something real to you too, because honestly, it meant everything to me. It meant everything to me, more than you probably ever realized, honestly. Because while you were becoming important to me, I was quietly building entire emotional world around you. Your messages became routine, your voice became comfort too. Your presence became something my heart started depending on, not intentionally, not dramatically either. It simply happened slowly, like rain, filling empty spaces until suddenly I noticed you existed inside almost everything, inside my thoughts, inside my future too. That's why your silence felt unbearable, because losing someone ordinary hurts differently than losing someone who became home. You became home to me, safe, emotional, home to the kind people spend years searching for. Then suddenly, one unanswered message made everything feel uncertain. Again, I kept telling myself, don't panic. Yet, maybe something happened. Maybe they're overwhelmed too. But hours became days, and days started feeling heavy, especially during nighttime. Nighttime always hardest, honestly, because distractions disappear, then noise disappears too, and all that remains your thoughts and missing someone I hated. How often I checked my phone, how quickly my heart reacted to notifications too, hoping somehow it might be you. That hope became exhausting. Still, I couldn't stop, because attachment rarely disappears through logic alone, especially after someone reached deep emotional places inside you. You reached mine. Sometimes I replayed our old calls, just hearing your laugh, just hearing the softness inside your voice too. Honestly, maybe that sounds pathetic, but heartbreak makes ordinary people do emotionally strange things, especially when closure never arrives properly, because without closure, the mind keeps returning, searching for answers, searching for hope too. I kept wondering, did your feelings change? Did fear become stronger? Did life simply become too difficult? Or maybe you just stopped loving me? That last possibility scared me most because honestly, I didn't know how to survive becoming forgettable to you. Not after everything we shared, not after all those nights where your voice sounded like forever to me. People underestimate emotional intimacy. They think love only about romance, about attraction, about beautiful moments too. But honestly, real attachment forms during vulnerability instead, during late night truths, during moments where someone sees your sadness, your fears, your loneliness. Too, you saw those parts of me and somehow didn't run away immediately. That meant more than you knew because I spent years hiding those parts, pretending strength, pretending emotional stability too. Then suddenly you arrived, patient enough to understand me, gentle enough to stay, and honestly, that changed my heart, which is why silence after that felt crueler. Not intentionally cruel, maybe, but deeply painful still. I remember one specific night, rain falling outside slowly, my room completely dark. Two, I sat holding phone for almost hour, trying decide whether to message again. Part of me wanted dignity. Part of me wanted you instead. Eventually, emotions won honestly. So I typed slowly, please don't ignore my last message. Such simple sentence, yet my hands shook while sending it to because vulnerability terrifying after silence. You never answered that message, at least not immediately. And honestly, something inside me broke quietly, not loudly, not dramatically, either, just soft, internal heartbreak, the kind nobody notices, while your entire emotional world slowly collapsing inside you. I started questioning everything, every memory, every promise, to wondering whether I imagined our connection, wondering whether I loved harder than you did. That thought hurt deeply because unequal love feels lonely even before people officially leave. Still, despite pain, despite confusion, too, I couldn't hate you. Honestly, I tried sometimes, tried convincing myself you careless, you selfish too, but every memory contradicted that because you had been kind, real kindness, not performative either, which made everything harder. If someone cruel hurts you, anger helps you heal. But when someone gentle disappears, your heart keeps defending them instead. Mine definitely did. I defended you constantly, to friends, to myself, too, saying maybe they struggling, maybe life overwhelmed them instead, because honestly, part of me still wanted protect your image, even while my own heart breaking. That's dangerous kind of love, honestly, the kind where someone's pain matters, even while they causing yours too. Days kept passing slowly. I started sleeping later, thinking more than usual too. Music became heavier somehow, certain songs almost unbearable, especially ones you once sent me. I avoided them initially, then eventually returned again, because pain, strangely addictive when attached to love. Sometimes hearing those songs felt like hearing you again. And honestly, that temporary comfort became difficult to resist. I remember walking outside one evening, watching couples passing nearby, laughing naturally, holding hands too, and suddenly missing you felt physically painful, because I remembered how hope once felt, how future once seemed possible between us. Now everything felt uncertain, fragile, unfinished, too. Still, every night before sleeping, I checked my phone again. Small, irrational hope still alive that maybe you finally answered, maybe explanation finally arrived. To hope, stubborn thing, honestly,